Hey guys, it's Greg from the Trading Post, also known as Stoos. Online, all of my gamer tags are Stoos related, and it's going to pop up here on the screen anyway, so why try to hide it? So if you want to play with me at any point during Hearthstone or PlayStation, wherever you may find me, hit me up, let me know you found me here. Anyway, we're going to play some Hearthstone today. We're just going to go ahead and let it find an opponent for me. This is a deck that I like to play quite a bit. It's still a work in progress, hence its title, Experimental Mage, on my deck selection. It's all based around basically one card, the Naga Sea Witch. And that one, if you're not adept with all of the Hearthstone cards, which I'm not sure anybody is one that basically makes it so all your cards, regardless of what they cost to begin with, now cost 5. So I play this deck basically in two phases. It's a survival phase to start off with, followed by the actual fun part, where all the fun begins. So you saw my initial hand there. I got rid of that 9-cost card. I don't need that right now, I just need to survive, so I want the more low-cost cards, which I have are basically all control cards. So in this deck, you need to be prepared to, and there you go, I got the North Sea Kraken again, great, I just got rid of you. You need to be prepared to take some damage. It's all about surviving. You can take damage, just can't take lethal damage early on. So I'll go ahead, skip the first turn, despite having the mirror image. Second turn, I could take out that guy, but I can afford to take 1 damage, so we'll just burn him down slowly with my hero power. Opponent there counters with an Annoyatron. Certainly annoying. I'm not a huge fan of taking 4 damage per turn, but with some consideration, I think that I can go ahead and afford to take that 4 damage per turn. He hits that other Cogmaster out. Obviously I can't really afford to take 7 a turn, that's a little steep. But I can go ahead and burn one guy down back to 4. It's not ideal, but you can afford to take that kind of damage early most of the time. He'll go ahead and punch that guy out, and this is looking a little scary. We're up to 8 damage a turn that I'll be absorbing if I don't do something quick. So, I can negate quite a bit of the damage on the board if I get rid of that Annoyatron, that lone mech sitting there. So I don't like using my Frostbolts early like this, but we'll go ahead, burn off that Divine Shield, burn down that Annoyatron. The Cogmaster drops back down to 1. I will begrudgingly take 5 damage a turn. That's something that I can live with. See here, he'll go ahead and shield block. I'm not wild about that. It's kind of irritating having to burn down 5 more damage now once the fun begins. But nothing that really complicates things too much here. So take a look. Again, I'm comfortable taking 5 damage a turn. So we'll try to slowly burn down that Cogmaster. On the back of the mind, you do have to be aware that he might drop a mech, all of a sudden that drops back up to 7. So we'll drop off these 202 taunts just for good measure. Try to keep a little bit of the damage off me here. I usually like to hold on to that mirror image, but it's not a big deal if it busts off early, and that's not what I wanted to see at all. Cleave back up to damage straight to me. So we'll just sit here like a good boy, take the damage, and go on ahead. Another card I like to save for a time when there are more minions on the board is this Blizzard. But I would like to get rid of some of the damage on the board there, freeze that up. I've got another one of those floating in the deck, we'll see if it comes up. I can burn a Blizzard right there to negate some of the damage. I'm getting a little low, I've only got 14 health left. And now we're looking at another kind of scary situation here. This is kind of a slow burn for me here. I'm not getting a lot of the cards that I like to have in order to get control. I mean, I have several above 5 cards, which I don't really have in there for this survival round in my hand, so I'm going to have to make another move earlier than I like to with the Frost Nova, followed by the Doomsayer. So I can freeze those guys. Next turn, at the start, it'll go ahead and burn off all minions. That doesn't cost me anything since I have nothing out there. It'll burn off that 9 damage that he has sitting on the board. He knows that, so he doesn't play anybody else. Now I got a nice clean board and the initiative to play with here. Doomsayer, sweet card by the way. So I'll take this opportunity to get a little bit of initiative here, get ahead on my draws, and ahead on the board. And that worked out really nice. There we go, Naga Sea Witch. The card that it all revolves around. So it's all a waiting game if you haven't noticed up until you get the Naga Sea Witch. And until you get to 10 mana crystals. You can play the Naga Sea Witch prior to that, but that means you'll only get one card per turn. Each turn going forward. So you can get some good cards early. I like to go ahead and wait it out until 10. At which point I'll be able to play 2 high power cards on the same turn. A lot of those will have a powerful battle cry, some sort of powerful effect. So I prefer to wait till turn 10. I think it's a handicap if you don't. Now here I'll go ahead and play Kel'Thuzad. This is fun when I get KT out there. He can't eliminate the Sludge Belcher there with the damage that he has on the board. So I'll go ahead and take a risk. I'll take a chance. I'll show KT there and hope that he doesn't have another Cleave and Execute. Having KT out there obviously will go ahead and resummon any of my dead minions at the end of each turn. So that mixed with the Sludge Belcher is pretty nice. I mean, you basically will have 2 taunts out there at all times. That Obsidian Destroyer, that one is a little bit concerning, and this Cleave is very concerning. That's not what I wanted to see. I didn't want him to get damage on KT and be able to knock him out with an Execute. But that's okay, he didn't follow up with an Execute. So we'll just go ahead and keep on keeping on here. Turn 10, the fun begins. Dropped the Naga Sea Witch. Well, we'll take a little moment here to, yeah, we'll go ahead and put it out. Observe what else my other moves could have been, but I like the Naga Sea Witch there. I'll go ahead and burn off the Sludge Belcher by breaking that Divine Shield. Go ahead and drop that Kraken. Eliminate that stupid Annoyatron. That is the most aggravating card in the game. KT's already taken damage. I don't really care if he takes more as long as he doesn't die. So we'll burn off that taunt minion there, just for good measure. Boom, KT does his thing. Hello, Sludge Belcher. Now what do you do? See, he will go ahead counter with Spider Tank. That's not very exciting. I think he's running out of options. He only has 3 cards in his hand now. And there's nothing super exciting going on here. And look at that, he's burning an antique heal bot despite the fact he's taken no real damage. So I've got him on his heels now. You can tell by some of the moves he's playing here, he doesn't really have many options left. Alright, let those take their course. Take a look at the field here. We'll go ahead and... yeah, we'll use that slime to burn off his Scarab. That seems like a fair trade, and we'll get rid of that stupid guy that keeps summoning those Scarabs. And now I can probably go face. I'd rather clear... oh! Well, I was going to say I'd rather clear minions. Make sure this is a more clean victory for me and keep some of my taunts up. But this is one of the problems with this deck, is you back people into a corner fairly often with it, and you never really get to play the fun part of the deck. They always quit early. But anyway, there you have it. It's still a work in progress. If you want to see what I have right now, let me know. I will post the recipe for this deck. It's not finished yet, like I said. There are a couple little tweaks to it I'd like to make, particularly in the survival stage. But it's a fun little deck to play. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Once again, I am Greg from the Trading Post. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date on these and all the other videos from the Trading Post. If you have interests in Cardfight Vanguard, Force of Will, assorted board games, we have something for you. We always try to be informative or entertaining, or at the very least, not the biggest waste of time of your day. And hopefully, I have accomplished that today for you. So check it out. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All of the links are down in the description. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed making this. We'll see you soon.